Hey friend, it's Stacy, saying hello with a Summer of Sabbath replay. You're listening to episode 22, Guarding Your Hedges, Sabbath Observing. Hi, I'm Stacy Holmes, and this is Glordinary, a few moments where we celebrate God's glory and champion the ordinary. I'm glad you're here. Do you repeat yourself? I said repeat yourself. See what I did there? Oh yes, maybe to your students, kids, aging parents, or grandparents. There's a good chance you're saying the same things over and over, on repeat. It's an age-old dilemma, not going out of style anytime soon. And Moses, yeah, he can relate. You may not remember that Moses, well, he had to repeat himself too. It's why the 10 Commandments are taught not once, but twice in the desert. Oh, it's true. Moses repeats himself, but the occasion for why, well, that was a little different. Now, we've spent our Summer of Sabbath series hovering over that fourth command, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. It's been a chance for our souls to catch up, to go at a walking pace, as we stop, rest, delight, and worship. If it sounds familiar, well, I'm pretty much on a loop at this point. You'll be hearing stop, rest, delight, and worship in your sleep, and you're welcome. So let's pivot now and get back to Moses and the good stuff. Delight. Sabbath delight. Yes, Moses relays the 10 Commandments in Exodus 20 and repeats himself in Deuteronomy 5. Same message, new ears. Well, almost the same message in that fourth command. One little word difference. Remember the Sabbath in Exodus and observe the Sabbath in Deuteronomy. Why? Does that matter? I think so. A helpful metaphor might be to consider how we observe a holiday. In fact, our word holiday, it's taken from the Old English holy day. Observe the Sabbath day and keep it holy. A loose metaphor might be to remember the Sabbath holiday because Sabbath is like the holidays, only better. And think of how we observe the holidays. Consider Christmas, for example. It's a highlight to many people's year. Dare I say, quite formative to a child. We have traditions and identity surrounding it, specific things we do, say, and eat on that day. I'm 45 years old, and my sister, who is halfway to 102, can you tell that I'm the baby? Well, it's just not Christmas if we don't wake up smelling our mom's sticky buns with Perry Como's voice singing in the background. We're going to exchange gifts, do puzzles, play board games, card games, charades, and laugh until we nearly wet our pants. Or maybe some of us do, a little bit. No judgment. Because a holiday, well, it's a different pace, a different rhythm. But it's often highly communal and just a festive time. So take that nostalgia and that feeling and subtract out all the drama and stress, the extras, the gift wrapping, the travel necessities, and just see the delight on a child's face, the magic of the moment, if you will. Picture that times 52 each year. There's a term for this. It's called pleasure stacking. It's sometimes called joy stacking, or we could say delight stacking for our terms. It's when you save up a bunch of good things and you put them together, like in a stack. It's just the best day because you stack your pleasures into one day. Maybe, like me, that means good coffee, warm cinnamon rolls, and a tree-filled hike with Sabbath friends. You know, the ones who don't leave you drained and needing Tylenol after you visit. All the pleasures to fill and delight our souls. The kind of day you want to live on repeat again and again, kind of like every week. But I didn't give you the whole picture. So what did you say again, Moses? He says, observe the Sabbath day. And yes, we do observe holidays, and that's a simple metaphor for us to grasp. But that's not what observe actually means. In the Hebrew, observe means to hedge about, as with thorns, to guard, to keep, to preserve. How did we go from Exodus 20 and remember the Sabbath to guard your Sabbath with a thorny hedge all around it? I'll tell you. Well, sandwiched between these two separate accounts of the 10 Commandments is a whole lot of life and death. Between these commandment bookends, if you will, were nearly 40 years of wandering, of whining, of growing, of learning, of unlearning, of new birth and death. Every single adult who came out of Egypt, -2, would die in that desert. Moses delivered the 10 Commandments the first time to newly freed slaves with zero comprehension of Sabbath, a day of rest, a day of delight. All they knew how to do was make bricks, slave away to the system, the regime, the lust for power and prestige. Moses reminds this group of newly freed slaves of creation, of their created purpose to rest and be holy, WHOLLY, to be whole. And now, nearly 40 years later, at the edge of the Jordan River, Moses gives a refresher on the 10 Commandments to a generation either too young to remember or not alive when the original ones were shared. And he alters one word: observe. Guard and protect your Sabbath because you were once slaves. Don't go back. I'm thankful Moses repeats himself because I need it. My family's not perfect at Sabbath keeping. We didn't observe it well this past weekend, and I mean that in the, quote, thorny hedge of protection way. It wasn't like we did anything wrong, so to speak. We all participated to some degree in enjoyable activities. John did some woodworking, which delights his soul. I played travel agent for an upcoming hiking trip to Washington, which delights my soul. Our girls got involved with a painting project for their latest movie-making idea, which delights their souls. Nothing bad or wrong, so to speak, but no one spent time together. No one rested, no one played games or went for bike rides, no inside jokes were made or memories shared, no whispered sighs of gratitude for the goodness of God. Near the end of the day, I looked at John and said, "You know, we really didn't Sabbath today, did we?" "Nope, we sure didn't." When my family fails to observe the Sabbath, because yes, we're humans with occasional amnesia, when we don't place a thorny hedge around our Sabbath, well, there's a lot more brick making than delight taking. We've been practicing this rhythm for several years now, but we're not masters at it. If we skip a Sabbath day, we notice it. And if we don't contend for Sabbath, if we don't protect it with that figurative thorny hedge, our whole family feels it. Our bodies notice it. Our minds, our spirits. This last Sabbath, it wasn't a terrible day. It was a meh day, if you want to know the truth. By the time John and I took a walk that evening, we were both overly tired, sweaty, and spent nearly 2 miles in a quote-unquote heated debate over, wait for it, a map of the state of Washington. Really? Yep, it happens. Some weeks we're killing it over here on the Sabbath, and some weeks, well, we forget to guard the Sabbath, to preserve the space, rhythm, and day, to be holy, and that's WHOLLY. A day to stack our delights, fill our souls, and draw us ever closer to the Lord of the Sabbath. And that's why I'm grateful for the repetition, the message of Sabbath on repeat, and a chance to try again this week. Thanks, Moses. I needed it. So friend, if you're feeling like you're not nailing this Sabbath thing, know you're in good company. We're learning and unlearning together. This week, let's delight stack and observe our Sabbath with a thorny hedge. You're not alone in this. I'm praying for you, friend. Have a glordinary day.